This is Fuzzy Road to Health. I'm Fuzzy D. So we've got a little bit of sous vide action going on here. So I've got this beautiful chuck roast. I'll pop a picture up here so you can see while it was still in the package. So I didn't film the process of salting it and putting it in a bag and all that stuff. I've got previous videos on how to do the sous vide kind of right from the beginning that you can take a look at if you need that. So unfortunately, I have to kind of adjust my filming a little bit. We're getting ready to move here, so I'm not doing quite the level of detail I would normally do. We've done a 36-hour sous vide, so I'm about to take it out, and we're going to actually slice this up because it's, it's basically kind of like roast beef. So it's this beautiful AA chuck roast, lots of nice marbling and stuff in it. So it should be really tasty. Let's get started. So here I'm just pulling the bag out of the sous vide. You can see the generous amount of juices we've got in the bag. So we're going to be saving those for au jus. Now we're really cooking here, so unfortunately I make a little bit of a mess, which I had to clean up off camera or edit it out afterwards. You can see I spill a bunch of this au jus all over the stove. This meat is so soft, it's just kind of falling apart, so I'm having to handle it very carefully. It is just melt in your mouth tender. And I stole a little bite there, and that was so juicy, so good. So I'm just going to pour that off into a bowl. We're going to use that later to pour over the meat. Very tasty au jus. So that big chunk there, that's actually going to be my breakfast, and it was pretty darn tasty, I must say. I really enjoyed that. Nice big carnivore breakfast. I only eat once a day, so that's my entire feast for the day. So I just throw that on the plate and I break it up a little bit and enjoy. So there I'm using my big breaker knife. That has been such a good knife. So I've got the Cuisinart slicer here set to about 1 millimeter thick slicing. Now normally you wouldn't cut the meat when it's warm, but I just wanted to kind of do it as an experiment to see how well it would cut. It actually did pretty well, although because it is so tender, the meat was kind of breaking up a little bit and I was getting all kinds of crumbs. So I'm just going through fairly slow, taking my time. Now, of course I'm doing a little speed ramping here. So this is fast forwarded to about 5 times, or 500%. I didn't see it at the time, but I'm seeing on camera here that a little bit of smoke's coming off that motor. I guess I'm going to have to take it apart and do a little oiling. I think I can use some mineral oil or something like that, something food safe. So that's how thick our slices are. I would normally cut it a little thicker for myself, but this is more for my wife. I'm not really going to be eating the slices, but she likes it done that way. So don't need to do the rest on camera. We'll take care of that later. I might even actually chill that other chunk before I slice it up. So let's do a little taste test here. I'm just going to take one of these little pieces, nice little fatty piece. Wow, that's incredible. That is so juicy, so tasty. Now, when I salted this, I didn't dry brine it ahead of time, because when you're sous videing for this many hours, dry brining just isn't necessary. The salt goes all the way through the meat. When you're doing this, when you're salting it up before you put it in the bag, make sure you put lots and lots of salt. Because when you're sous videing, you get a lot of that salt winds up out in the juices rather than in the meat. So you always got to put some extra in. So this came out absolutely incredible. So I just want to give a shout out to Carnivore's Meat Shop. It's my local butcher. He's actually got a website and you can order online. So even if you're not in my area, you can still order meat from him. His meat is always absolutely top quality, just incredible stuff. He's always got the best. And you know, to be fair, it's a little more expensive than going to the grocery store, but you really do get what you pay for. If you look at my last video, you'll see that I did a little bit of comparison between some New York strips that we got from him and the New York strips that we had gotten previously on the video before that. And there's such a huge difference, even though it's basically supposed to be the same thing. Big shout out to Carnivore's Meat Shop. You can find them at www.carnivoreonline.ca, and make sure to check them out, see what you think. He's got some great products on there. He's also got bison and chicken, and I think he's even got some lamb, stuff like that. And I think he's even looking at bringing in some fish here pretty soon. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We really appreciate you being here. See you on the next video. Bye for now.